Hello, I'm Lucy and today we are docking in Split in Croatia, and in this vlog you'll be joining us as we explore Split on our own. I'll also show you all of the excursions that were available for us to book through Marella. In this vlog series I'm on Marella Explorer sailing the Adriatic Explorer itinerary, where we are visiting Split, Koper, Zadar, Dubrovnik and Kotor. The sailing to Split is very underrated as you have to navigate between some smaller Croatian islands. We were arriving into port at 8 AM, but I decided to wake up at 5:30 to watch the sailing from the hammock on the balcony and also catch the sunrise. Split is a fairly busy port, so there was plenty of activity from other vessels to watch, including watching the pilot board the ship right beneath us. It's time for some breakfast and we're heading to the buffet. There's a great choice of food including the bakery section, hot food, healthy food, cold meats and cheese, drink station and food for guests with dietary requirements. We plan to walk to the main promenade area today, which is called Riva, and we have to walk around the harbour area and it's somewhere over in that direction. Outside for a jumper and jeans, so we're going to get changed and head outside. I think the gangway is on deck 3, but there's a couple of things that I want to show you about the pool when we get back to the cabin. But while I'm walking, here are the excursions that were available today. If you want to skip this section on excursions, then forward to the 4-minute mark, but these were the excursions that were available to us. The booking system was being updated before our cruise, so we couldn't see these until 2 weeks and 1 day before the sailing date. Booking excursions with the cruise line are usually a little bit more expensive than if you were to book them independently, but it can be worth paying extra, as if you book through the cruise line and your tour is a little late because of traffic, then the ship will wait for you. If you were to be late and book the tour outside of the cruise line, then unfortunately the ship will not wait. We find that if it's a long distance to wherever we want to go, then we book with the cruise line. But if it's within walking distance from the ship, we will arrange something ourselves. If you were to miss the ship, you would have to sort out your own arrangements to meet the ship at the next port, and obviously this could all work out incredibly expensive. You can also find on the Navigate webpage, which you can only connect to when on the ship, that Marella have produced some port guides for information on the local area. It shows them places of interest, how far it is to the town, the language and currency and other useful information. So we're just about to head out, but I wanted to show you quickly that these were put through our door last night. So we got notified to set our clocks back, and don't put your phone on to automatically set. If you do it all manually, then you won't go wrong with the times. But this is the cruise news for Split. A little bit about port information, weather, currency, what time to be back on board. If you don't go off the ship today, then a little activities list, what time the venues are open, cruise notice board, and a little bit about the shore excursions, and also some that are available still for tomorrow. So that's very handy. We are now going to go off the ship. Thank you. Lucy.
Directly outside of the port gates, you will find people offering excursions, sightseeing tours and tuk-tuk rides. Remember, anything that you do independently is your responsibility to get back to the ship on time, but these trips are usually cheaper than booking with the cruise line. Just a short distance from the cruise terminal, there are some small shops and restaurants if you don't want to go too far, but want to pop off the ship for some souvenirs. The walk to Riva took us around 15 minutes, and we had a stroll along the front and up one of the side streets that looked a little busier. Also, if you need to find a toilet, there is one here that costs €1 each.
As you would have seen, we've been walking around a little bit aimlessly. We did have some places that we wanted to go and see, but we've got no signal, so we don't want to go too far and we don't know how to get to these places without Google Maps. So we're going to head back to sightseeing bus that we saw, and we're going to go and do that instead.
We paid €20 each for an hour walking guide and an hour bus trip. We just missed a walking tour, but this lovely lady ran with us to catch it up. There was only us and another couple, so it felt like a private tour. Our walking guide Natasha was so informative and friendly. She's lived in Split her whole life and told us so many facts, and we had no idea we had just walked past Diocletian's palace. We entered the palace through the south gate, which is where we were just walking past with no idea, but Diocletian's palace was used in the 4th season of Game of Thrones, and I've not watched it, but apparently this is where the dragons were kept. There are various parts of the palace that you can pay extra for, and we would love to come back to Split, and this is something that we would definitely do when returning. Diocletian was a Roman emperor from the year 284 to 305. Diocletian appointed Maximian as his co-emperor in 286. Diocletian reigned the Eastern Empire and Maximian reigned the Western Empire. In 293, Diocletian further appointed Galerius and Constantius under himself and Maximian. Under the Tetrarchy, each tetrarch would rule over a quarter division of the empire. Due to illness, Diocletian left the imperial office in 305, becoming the first Roman emperor to abdicate the position voluntarily. He lived out his retirement in his palace, which eventually has become the heart of the modern-day city of Split. The building with the large tower is where Diocletian was initially buried. Now I'm going to stop talking for a bit so you can enjoy the palace peacefully. Once the walking tour came to an end, we walked back to where the bus was, which took about 10 minutes to get back to. The bus didn't show too many sights, but you get given headphones each to plug into the commentary system, and it had a lot of interesting facts about Split. It was also nice to just see a bit more of the wider area. Croatia is such a beautiful country, so it's nice to have a detailed tour of the old town, but also explore a little bit further. Doing this tour, which included both the walk-in tour and the bus tour for only €20 each, seemed like a great price to us, and we definitely thought it was money well spent. It was much better than walking around and not really knowing the history behind what we were looking at. Opposite the south entrance to Diocletian's Palace, we ate in this beautiful restaurant that we'd spotted earlier called Terminal F. They have such a huge menu here for both food and drink, and they also have plant-based meals and gluten-free meals. We got ourselves some yummy frozen cocktails, enjoying the sun, and also Mark got the Caesar salad and I got the crunchy chicken burger and chips. The service, food and drinks here were absolutely 10 out of 10, would definitely recommend. Whenever we decide to come back to Split, we will 100% be coming back here. Once we'd finished lunch, we decided to explore the palace a bit more. Now we know what we're actually looking at. This is a UNESCO site and you can find shops, places to eat and drink, and also places to stay here too. And we found a duck shop.
Okay, so done with soldiers. But instead we're going to go and touch the toe of, do you remember what his name was? I can't remember. So it's that the toe, people touch it for good luck and to make a wish. And if your wish doesn't come true, then you have to come back to Split.
After exploring a bit more, we headed to the market, which is directly outside the eastern gate, where we bought a few bits and bobs and made our way back to the ship. Hello, we are now back in the cabin. We've been asleep for a little while. Obviously I was up very early this morning, so I needed a little nap, but Mark was just chilling out on the balcony. We are now going to go and get ready for dinner, but before dinner we're going to go and have some drinks. And dinner tonight we have booked into Umi Sushi for 8 o'clock. We did prepay for this before the cruise and booked it so that we definitely had a space, but you can book on board as well. I will leave the cost of it here per person. So let's get ready for dinner and you can come with us.
It's 9:15 and we got here at 8 o'clock, but we've finally got our duck spring rolls. To be fair to the guy, that there is only one of him, and he's having to do everything, like clear all the tables, take all the orders, so fair play to him. So I got the East meets West and the pit, and Mark got basically everything. Well, at least I can pick it up. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of sushi. It's the first time I've ever tried it, but Mark clearly likes it, so don't take any reviews from me. Mark gives it a 10 out of 10, so there we go. Looks great. Just not to my taste. Mark is now looking at my dinner, and he said this is the best sushi that he has probably ever had. So there you go. Take it from him and not me. We've now got dessert to come, but the chef said that there's one pastry chef serving all three of Umi Sushi, Corella and Surf and Turf, so it might be a little while, but that's fine. We are just sitting here enjoying ourselves. There's a little bit of people watching. It's like its own mini atrium in here. Really nice. And the dessert menu. Don't fancy anything on here, so I think that is us done. Don't want to split it. We're just on our way to the Broadway Showlounge for the late showing of the pop show. See you in a sec. Got some drinks to just grab. We are in the show lounge, half an hour early. Oh, and this is what it looks like. And they've got seating up on that deck as well.
I want to hear you singing along, laughing along, and stomping those feet. Okay, it's time for a pop party. When I die and the lady to rest. Tragedy, when the baby's gone, you get your one, it's tragedy, it's away. It's my girl, let it be. Oh, my girl, won't you go? You are not alone. I am here with you. So I'm saving all my love. So wake me. Never had a dream come true. Saving all my love for you. This one. Here we go, so the girls are going to come out and show us what they've got. Hey, this pit that I scored, Michelle fought for that white gold. Believe me, just watch. Ow! Rock you up, uptown, rock you up. Uptown, rock you up. For making your mind up. And Showlands, please put your hands together. Give all the power, Explore Showcast. Gladly presenting
We are now back in the room after a very enjoyable evening. God, that's cold in here. We had very nice dinner at Umi Sushi. Obviously, as you'd have seen, sushi is not really my thing, but Mark gave it a full 10 out of 10. And we went to the Broadway Showlounge for the pop show on in there, which is done by the normal cast from the past 2 nights, and that was our favourite show so far. That was really amazing. But it's now time for bed because we're going to be arriving at Koper in Slovenia tomorrow, and we have an excursion booked to do the caves, so that should be really exciting. Make sure you stay tuned for that. If you've watched this far, then thank you very much for watching. If you could please give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, then I would really appreciate that. And you can also head over to my Instagram, Travel Life with Lucy, for more content. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.